What's up guys, it's Will here, back again. Today we're here to look at the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Lord Starkiller from The Force Unleashed. Sometimes Hot Toys can influence you to explore a new character, and then you become a fan. That's what happened with me, because I played The Force Unleashed, and as the credits rolled, I knew I needed this character in my collection. Lord Starkiller is one of the coolest and most powerful characters in all of Star Wars. And today, we're going to see if Hot Toys did justice to his DLC Sith Stalker look in figure form. But before we get started, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell down below so you don't miss content when it goes live here. That said, let's get into it. Thank you so much for joining me for this video today, and we're going to start by taking a look at this Hot Toys Lord Starkiller figure standing straight up and down so you can get a clear idea of what the figure looks like. And you have eyes, so I know you're probably going to agree with me. This figure is phenomenal. This is one of the best Hot Toys figures of 2024 because the sheer amount of presence it has, and it exudes amazing, awesome presence on your shelf. This thing looks incredible, from the nylon suit to the weathering on the armor and the overall helmet and the clawed hands. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. I didn't think that figures like this would really ever be made by Hot Toys. Darth Revan and now Lord Starkiller. We're getting some Legends characters that I didn't think would ever be produced in a licensed capacity, and here we are, and Hot Toys is doing them incredible justice. So I want to take an even closer look at it by putting it in our hands and engaging with the figure further. Let's do that. All right, so straight out of the box, this Lord Starkiller figure is incredible. The detail is absolutely awesome. You can see here, starting with the helmet, you have this grill-like appearance on the front with this gray and black paint application. You have the yellow lines on the top of the helmet, and on the sides there, you have sort of a metallic gray type paint application with tons of weathering and detail. Looking at it up close, this thing is awesome. Look at the visor there in the middle. Just tons of detail. Lord Starkiller looks like he's been through intense warfare, and he certainly has. You can see here on the back, you have a braid. This thing does move around just a little bit. It is very fidgety, so be careful with it. If you move it, it does stay over, but it kind of wants to fall back depending upon the position of the head. But nonetheless, you do have a nylon outfit. In the middle here, it's nylon, not pleather. This is some sort of hard material like PVC or resin or something along those lines. Up above the sort of in the throat area here, you do have a pleather-like fabric, unfortunately, and the belt on the back is unfortunately pleather as well. The rest of it is actually nylon, which should hold up very well for posing and articulation. You do have a split cut boot design, so you have foot articulation you can see there at the bottom, but you do have a Darth Vader-like nylon outfit, which is pretty cool. I hope they do that for Darth Vader moving forward. You can see here the detail on the front here with the red control box and of course the COD piece. You do have a wire in the robe here on the front. On each side there is wires there, not at the bottom because it is tattered and frayed, but you do have wires on the sides here so you can adjust Starkiller to your liking. And what you can see here is a ton of detail on the back. The back of this figure is pretty remarkable and ripe with detail. It's unfortunate that in your display, you're not really going to see it unless you're walking 360 around it, but there is a ton of detail packed in here on the back. The armor has a ton of weathering to it. The red and gray black paint applications are awesome with a lot of gritting and sort of grime and detail. I love that. The lightsabers clip on the back of the belt here. I'm not going to lie, they are a little bit of a pain in the ass, but once you get them on there, they are fine and they hang fine. So nonetheless, this thing is awesome. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing so far. You can clip Lord Starkiller's lightsaber hilt to the front here. I'm going to have him holding it, so we'll do that throughout this video. But overall, there is a lot to love here. So much detail, so much accuracy. This thing is just a dream. I can't believe that a Lord Starkiller figure even exists. The fact that this and Darth Revan are produced by Hot Toys now is pretty remarkable. So very excited about this one. Can't wait to get it in some poses and show you guys more of the figure. Let's take a look at our next part of this video. So starting with the accessories portion of this video, we're going to take a look at Lord Starkiller's lightsaber first, because this is his iconic lightsaber that you're probably going to have him wielding in your display. It is a plastic piece, but it looks sick. It does have a real metal D-ring. It feels very nice and quality to the touch. However, you do want to be careful when doing anything with this guy, putting it in Starkiller's hand. It is a little bit of a challenge, but it does look great on display. You can plug in the red lightsaber blade, which we'll take a look at in a sec, and it looks really great. And also with the D-ring, you can clip it to the front of Starkiller's belt. Very simple, very easy. So really loving how this lightsaber looks. Can't wait to have Starkiller holding it in my display. So here we have the exact same lightsaber, but with a USB power function. You can see a wire is implanted right in the middle of the hilt there, and all the same details are still present. You have a little plug here that you plug into a power supply box, which I'll show you in a little bit, but all the same details are present here. This is the one I'll have my Starkiller holding in the display, because I do like the USB lightsabers. They're still a far ways from perfect, but they are certainly moving in the right direction. So I'm very excited to have this in my display. I don't think I'll have this clip to Starkiller. It just looks too cool when lit up, but we'll take a look at that. And what you're seeing now are 2 additional lightsabers that come with Lord Starkiller. He comes with quite an accessory of lightsabers, which you'll see in the next several minutes. This one is a simple black hilt. The blade doesn't really want to seem to pop in very naturally on this one, so I would be very careful with that. This one has an exposed kyber crystal look that really looks similar to something like, I guess, Darth Vader or maybe even Anakin Skywalker. I'm not sure where this lightsaber comes from, so someone in the comments below will have to let me know what this one is from or what it's referencing. You can see it has clips on there. You just slide these onto Lord Starkiller's belt. I'll show you where to put them. I'll put them in this video where they are appropriately placed, and we'll go from there. Now, these lightsabers are super cool. You have Darth Maul's lightsaber, well, half of it, and you have this lightsaber really looks closer to Darth Vader's lightsaber to me. If you've owned a Darth Vader lightsaber before, you've seen that they look very similar to this in almost every iteration. These are connected by metal rings, so they are linked to one another. You probably could remove them, but I don't think you're intended to do that. Again, with these, you slide them on the belt, you clip them on, and boom, there you go. I don't think these are really meant to be displayed with Starkiller holding them. They're more so meant to be hung from Starkiller's belt. One more lightsaber hilt to show you guys here. You have the hook just like the other sabers do, and you have paint applications that make this look like leather on the handle, although it's not. It's some sort of plastic or resin possibly. The red activation switch in the middle, and of course you have green wrappings over the top there. This one can be wielded by Starkiller if you wish. The blade will pop in. They give you 2, which we're about to take a look at. But yeah, another cool lightsaber. Again, I have no idea whose this one is, but it's another cool one to add to the collection. This is the Lord Starkiller Special Edition coin. It comes with the special edition of this figure, the Dark Side line. It is a metal coin. It feels very cold to the touch and looks super cool. You can see the Star Wars logo on the back there, and of course you have Lord Starkiller on the front. Not everyone is going to care about these coins. I kind of like them, so I'm hoping that I can get every figure from this line that I'm interested in, because the coins are really cool. I do like having them. They don't give you a stand or anything to display them on, which is highly unfortunate, but I do like the look of these coins. They feel really cool. I guess it's like a throwback to me of, I don't know if people will remember the Pokemon days where they had those gold plated Pokemons. I think they were at Burger King or something like that. Those were really cool, and it kind of reminds me of that. It makes me feel nostalgic. So I'm actually a fan of these coins. If you can get the special edition and you're not going to pay out the ass for it, I would try to go for it. The coin's a pretty cool piece. I like it. What we have here are 2 red lightsaber blades. You can plug these into Lord Starkiller's hilts, and with the one, you can actually light it up that has the USB function, and the others, it's just simply going to be red and unilluminated. So you're probably only going to display Starkiller with one hilt would be my guess if you want to light him up, because he only comes with one USB light up saber, which is kind of disappointing. I'm not sure why they did that, but only one USB light up is included. Nonetheless, you have these 2 lightsaber blades, and you can plug them in should you wish. And you also have 2 red swooshy lightsaber blades that are meant to indicate motion with Lord Starkiller. So you put these in the hilts, and you can have him in a lightsaber swinging pose, making it look like these are swinging in real time, and he's moving very quickly like any sort of dark side user would. So this is the included Lord Starkiller base. You can see here it has a graded floor design. It is plastic. It has a nameplate that says Lord Starkiller and Legends, if the light will let me show it to you. And you have a traditional crotch grabber that you can actually plug in anywhere. So you can actually click the base into any one spot and move this thing around depending upon where you want Starkiller to stand. So really like that, you can pull it out. It's not always as stable as I would like, but if you touch it, don't touch it and just leave it there, you'll be fine, and you can plug it in anywhere should you want. It is a little bit harder to do on camera, but you can do it. As you can see, you can put them off to the left, to the right, the middle, whichever you prefer for the pose that you're going for. But yeah, I like the space. Simple, doesn't take up a lot of room. I like it. In total, you have 5 included hands with this Lord Starkiller figure. You have a force pushing hand that goes on the left side. You have 2 lightsaber gripping hands that obviously are a pair, 1 on each side. And you have a pair of relaxed hands that are currently installed on the figure on my copy, which you will see throughout this video. You have to be really careful when installing the hands. The claws are very sharp. They are plastic. They're actually scratching my hand as we speak, just holding them here. But when you peg them into the figure body, you got to be really careful not to pull and put any damage on the claws, any strain on them, because it will damage them and you can break them off. They are plastic and they feel flexible, but you still do want to be careful. It is just a very delicate area. So what we're taking a look at now is the USB-C lightsaber that comes with Starkiller. You can see the control box on the left-hand side here. You plug in the hilt plug right into the top, and you have to use your own USB-C cable because Hot Toys elects to not include one ever. Hate that, but it is what it is. You can see the lightsaber here is currently off, powered off, not lit. Let's turn it on. So when you turn it on, you can see the lightsaber hilt is strongest at the bottom in terms of the light. It gets a little bit dimmer as you go throughout the hilt, but to me, it still is satisfying. When you turn it off, you do see a big difference. It's clear red plastic, you light it up, it is still lit pretty decently. Again, not as ideal as it could be. Hot Toys could certainly do better, but I do think the technology is still improving. The management of wires is not ideal. You're gonna have to find a way to hide this the best you can, but still, I am gonna have my Starkiller displayed with the USB light up. I do like the lightsaber lit up. I do think it adds a lot to the display. So while it's not perfect, I do like it. Again, there's off and there's on. On, off, on, and off. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I do hope the technology again improves, but I still like it for now. It's satisfying. Lord Starkiller is an incredible figure from Hot Toys. As much as I love Darth Revan, Starkiller is the better executed figure. This figure has a tremendous amount of presence on the shelf. With his assortment of lightsabers, an insanely cool Sith Stalker costume, this is a true eye catcher. And that is hard to ignore for collectors who want a badass Star Wars display, whether the character of Galen Merrick means something to you or not. I'm having a hard time finding any faults with this figure. I guess you could argue that the use of pleather is a con, but the vast majority of the suit is made of nylon, which should be a durable material with significantly greater longevity than pleather. This does deserve praise. Also, the inclusion of multiple lightsabers is really cool and helps add to the dynamic look of Starkiller. There's a lot to look at as it pertains to his costume, and this makes for a figure that you're going to want to look at and engage with frequently. I think the tailoring is beautiful, as is the helmet. The helmet could have benefited from a shinier, maybe even chrome paint application. Still though, it looks great on display. I can't imagine anyone getting this figure in and being anywhere close to unhappy with it. This is one of the best figures of 2024, and I don't think that statement will be controversial at all. The fact that both Lord Starkiller and Darth Revan Hot Toys figures now exist is a dream come true. Thank you, Hot Toys, for looking out for collectors everywhere. All that to say, I'm going to give Hot Toys Lord Starkiller a 9.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you're notified anytime something cool goes live here. I'll see you in the next video.